Hi and welcome to this new timeless reading. Let's take a look at what frequency is available for us to activate at this point in time. And there's going to be three cards. The first one is the frequency. The second one is what can we let go of energetically for it to anchor properly. And the third card is advice on how to go about it. So let's take a look at the frequency. And we have the Page of Swords. And what I'm hearing is go back to what felt safe when you were young. So it's a frequency that brings us back to, I'm hearing like childhood / teenage years. Like try and remember the space you were in when you felt relatively safe in your environment, whether it be like at home, at school, at maybe a friend's house or anything like that. And you could engage in a hobby, whatever it was, like for me it would be I'd be like in my room drawing, and I remember like my sister reading in her room and my dad cooking or something like that. And sometimes it was chaotic, but there was pockets of peace like that felt very like rich and aligned. And it's a space where you just like exist and are in contact with things that actually do nourish you and activate you. So we're kind of like being asked to remember that type of space, and to kind of like bring it back into our lives at this point in time to reactivate it. It's as if the frequency I'm hearing is the safety you might have felt at times, maybe with authority figure like parent or environment, anything like that, is coming back online on a collective level. So at this point, it does not have to come from a person that actually loves you or cares for you or protects you in some respect. It is getting activated at large in the field, which is amazing because haven't we been waiting for that forever? Like many people feel the world as an unsafe space, and it's been designed and made this way, so other forces could take advantage of most of us being in survival mode, which is deeply awful, and I really don't like that. So that's why I'm very keen on catching new frequencies like this, but I never like expected, so it's pretty amazing that that's what we're looking at right now. And now what can we release for this energy to anchor properly in our fields? And it's the Page of Cups. And I'm hearing you can grieve what the inner child, like what your younger version, what your inner child didn't get to receive, because we're getting into an energetic space where we'll be able to make up for it. So whatever grief and lack you experienced, and just like dreams you never got to accomplish, or support you didn't get for your projects and anything like that, not feeling supported, kind of have to let go of that and go back to that nourishing space, and keep in mind that in time everything will be made up for in the best way possible. So what advice can we have for this to happen in the best way possible? And we have the Pope or the Hierophant, and what I'm getting is it was always gonna happen this way. So what I'm seeing, that's interesting. Like what I'm seeing is as if the baby boomers, like a lot of them had much rougher upbringings than they talk about, or that they can even understand. But they benefited from the Matrix's abundance, because in a sense they were carrying codes that was responding very well with the matrix, and trauma is one of them, unfortunately, but it is what it is. So they benefited tremendously on the material level and in a hierarchy type of setting. And during the later days, though, you still get to have to face what you didn't process earlier on, so it might be a bit of a tougher time in the last few years, unfortunately. But for us, it's different because we kind of maybe had like, well, I'd say most of us had some level of trauma in our childhoods for sure, because we've been forced into structures that don't work with where the world would be going in order to be sustainable. So yeah, here you go. And as we process and acknowledge it and go through that, we'll get the benefits of having a much more clear inner space and be able to generate from that space and connect with higher grids that will help us create something that's on a different level than the world we experienced. And I know all of this sounds a bit ungrounded and like, it could be on the woo-woo side, but remember that that space you were in growing up when you felt safe and were going about a hobby or just feeling at peace is what we are looking at anchoring at this point in time. So if you've experienced it once, you can experience it again. And fortunately, it's a group effort, so don't feel bad if you fall off the wagon in the meantime, and keep going. And I hope this helps.